Hey guys, welcome back to the Jacoby Podcast. And on this episode, we're going to take a quick peek at the NFL playoff picture. All right, so as of right now, in the AFC, we've got the Baltimore Ravens in that first spot and the Patriots in the second. Okay? NFC, the Niners and the Packers locked in those same two first and second seeds. Now, the matchup that everybody wants to see, I think, it's got to be Ravens-Niners. Ravens-Niners or Ravens-Seattle. It's one of those two. I think Saints too. I think just the matchup that everybody doesn't want to see is the Patriots back in the Super Bowl. Stephen A. was saying it yesterday on ESPN Radio. If the Patriots wind up back in the Super Bowl, ratings will drop. You will see a decrease in ratings because people are sick of seeing them back there. As far as the wild card goes, though, AFC I think is a little bit more interesting than the NFC. NFC is a little bit more locked up at the top there. So you have the Steelers in the hunt at 8-5. You got Bills coming in 9-4, Texans 8-5, Chiefs 9-4. Now, I think the Chiefs and the Bills are going to get those top two spots. I don't know that the Steelers are going to hold on to a spot. I think that last wild card spot, could very well end up going to the Titans. This Titans team is playing out of their minds. They're playing some real serious football, making Ryan Tannehill look like a real NFL quarterback for the first time in his career. I don't know. They're really a force to be reckoned with. I could see them coming in, sneaking into that last playoff spot, and winning some real sneaky games. Now, that doesn't change my opinion that I think the Baltimore Ravens are going all the way in the AFC. I think the Ravens are going to be in the big dance no matter what. That's it. Now, when you take a look at this NFC picture, you got the Vikings in the projected 6th seed at 9-4. Seahawks in the 5th at 10-3. The Cowboys in the 4th at 6-7, and the Saints at 10-3. Now, what you got to remember is that the Cowboys they have the same record as Philadelphia Eagles right now. Philadelphia Eagles just beat the New York Giants on Monday Night Football last night. Whoever comes out of the NFC East is going nowhere fast, which is a shame because that Cowboys team has as much talent as anyone else in this playoff conversation. I mean, they really do. They have one of the most talented offensive lines. They have arguably the best running back in the league. They have an abundance of talent on defense. And yet, they're standing here at 6-7, having lost to some pretty putrid teams, my Jets included. And nobody's sure why. Nobody can explain why that's happening to them. The Seahawks, I think the MVP conversation is starting to be locked up now with Lamar Jackson. But if Lamar Jackson wasn't playing the type of football that he was playing, you're looking at Russell Wilson. And this Seahawks team is as powerful as anybody's seen them since the Super Bowl, since the last Super Bowl that they were in. They are playing some real serious football themselves. The Saints, Drew Brees, hasn't missed a step. The man has not missed a step. Dude's a gunslinger. He really, truly is a gunslinger. Michael Thomas is hauling in balls, catching 150 yards, a couple touchdowns a week. Another force to be reckoned with coming out of the NFC. And Handsome Jimmy. Handsome Jimmy over there sitting at the top of the NFC at 11-2 with his San Francisco 49ers. What an absolute shock of a team. I mean, the Niners, I feel like, have been in the Jets' boat for years. They were that perennial 4 or 5 win team, sometimes worse, sometimes a 2-3 win team some years, you know. They got it going on. They got a real mean defense. And Jimmy G's moving the ball. Jimmy G is throwing the ball all over the field and embarrassing some of these opposing defenses that they're facing. I'll tell you who's kind of an anomaly for me in this picture, though. The Packers sitting at 10-3 is a little confusing to me. I'm not so sure that they're as good as their record. If the Packers play one road game in this playoff series, they're cooked. They're really, really toast. If the Packers at 10-3 wind up somewhere like Seattle, it's game over for the Packers. And another disappointing season for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. They seem, for a team that has one of the premier quarterbacks in the NFL, they don't seem to me like they put up a lot of offensive points week in and week out. And it's just not, I mean, this week, 20-15 over Washington. You know? What, I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on this Green Bay Packers team. Their record, I think, is a little bit inflated. I don't know that Aaron Rodgers has lost a step. He's made some pretty terrific plays this year, but once again, their tale as old as time. Where's the supporting cast? So we'll see. If you had to ask for my playoff prediction right now, I'd say in the Super Bowl, you're looking at Ravens 49ers. And that with the exception of perhaps the Seahawks in that spot, that's the matchup everybody wants to see. Don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself. Everybody wants to see Garoppolo versus Lamar Jackson in the biggest game on television. It's just a fact. It is just a fact. So that's it for this episode of the Just Jacoby Podcast. My name is Sean Jacoby, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.